run down, Tennessee is leading 20, or is it over? Still leading 20 to 9, or 3. 20 to 3 over Georgia. FSU was ahead 24 to 7 at last year. Outside, Brian Sabato in the 0-1. Robbie McCullough driving the number 5. He comes in the 27. Mike Heimgartner in the 51. James Everett will be in the 19. Ed Keane will be in the 99 as we get set to go in our first heat event of the evening for the Auto Trader Street Stocks. Here they come. Green's out. We're underway. The end of turn 1, it's Bob Patterson out to the early lead into 65. Graham settles into second. Ends the battle. We're going to let 3 wide as they head through 3. Coons backs out of it. Sabato and the 1 on the inside of the 5 on McCullough as they work down the front straightaway. McCullough going to slip down in their 3rd spot. Graham going for the lead though. We got Sabato and Coons whipped up off of turn 2. They're still stuck together. Now they finally get it sorted out. Graham in the 4 car, your leader as they come back to the stripe with Bob Patterson in second. McCullough is third. Heimgartner runs in that 4th spot, and then James Everett in the 19. Battle for second. Down to the inside will be Robbie McCullough trying to get the 2nd spot. Looks like he's got the advantage into turn 3. Meanwhile, James Everett working on the inside line of Mike Heimgartner. Down the front straightaway. McCullough up to the 2nd spot, and Everett able to make the move up into 4th now. Coon's going to come through on the inside as well with 27. He'll take over the 5th spot. Final transfer spot battle going on as well. Down the back straightaway, Everett able to slip up into the 3rd spot. Coon's going to look on the inside of Patterson as well. Driving away right now. Robbie McCullough 2nd, Everett 3rd, Coons 4th, Heimgartner 5th. 6th now, Love on the inside. 7th is Patterson. Sabato holding the final transfer spot right now. He's got pressure coming from tomorrow's groom. Oh, they got him hooked up down in turn 1. Patterson and Sabato, they sorted out themselves and go on. That's going to move them out of a transfer spot. The checkered flag this time is going to be Jason Graham in the 4. He'll pick up the win. 2nd spot going to go 2 after line, the 5 of McCullough. Everett finishes 3rd. The 4th spot, the Coons 5th. Looked like it went to Heimgartner. Once again, sponsoring the exciting Street Stock Division. The Auto Trader is the original. Set to go in E-race number 2. They're bunched up side by side off of 4. Green flag is out around the way. Side by side still into 1 and off of 2 down the back straightaway. Rumsey in the 52 has the early lead, but here comes the 1 down to the inside of Mark Cooper. Cooper making a bid for the lead off turn number 4 on the inside. They're side by side as they cross the stripe and into turn 1. Cooper on the inside. Rumsey slides up the racetrack. It's 3 wide off turn 2 for a moment. Templeton able to go by and Crispin the 2 as well. Jim Aldebelli looking for 4th spot. He'll make it on the inside. Then the 03 and Chuck Redding getting in line. But Cooper has the lead in the 1 machine. Battle for 2nd between Templeton in the 8 machine and Crispin the 2. Side by side still for 2nd. Also a side by side battle going on for the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th spot as they're all right together. Lathrop's car sounding rough as he goes by. Halfway signal is out halfway. Our 2nd heat event for the Street Stocks. Chris still working that outside line. He is trying in the battle for the final transfer spot. A good one. Sounds like Lathrop running on about 4 of his 8 cylinders right now. He pulls her to the infield. shot sideways. 38 of Butler goes by on the outside. Meanwhile, Templeton still holding on. Second spot. Chris settles back into third. The white flag is coming out. Gamache making a bid for the fifth spot as they go into turn 3. The checkered flag is going to come out. It'll be Rule 1 machine taking down the win for Cooper. Second spot at Templeton. Chris third. Fourth Elderberry. I believe fifth to him in the 07 will be Dave Floyd. Dave Roberts will be in the 54. It's engineering. I also want to welcome all the staff. All right, here we go. Here race number 3 as they take them high off of turn number 4. And the green flag is out. We're underway. We're bumping, banging into turn number 1. We got them 3 wide. It looks like they're hooked up. Summers going to make a move around all 3 of them down the back straightaway. Bobby Baldwin, your leader. Floyd in second. Craver is third. Oh, the 71 goes around, and the 55 of Thurman is there as well. And it looks like it might bring out the yellow flag here. And the yellow is out. The yellow is on the Speedway. As the 55 and 71, the Speedway is a 1 lap complete. Spot as Summers slides to the inside, takes over the 4th spot from Dave Roberts in the 54. Dave Floyd having a tough time with the 07, pushed up off turn 2 as Craver in the 12 closes in as they head for turn 3. Summers now, the 56, challenging Craver as they work the front straightaway. Up the racetrack, here goes Craver down to the inside. He's looking for the second spot as they go into turn 3. Summers going to try to follow him through. Well, they both can go high. Here comes Summers down to the inside, but he can't make it stick. Halfway signals out. Craver up to second. Summers to third. Floyd back to fourth. John Moore now takes over the 5th spot. Final transfer spot battle going on between the 55 and the 71 car. Battle going on here. We got Gerhardt to 55 with Thurman, the end of 54, 3 wide. 55 car trying to go underneath. They all get together. Gerhardt able to pull away. Team cars having fun. The 71 of Bartley gets shuffled back out of the transfer spot. White flag is out just one more time around. Well, 7 Leacock getting a little nudge there. Down for the checkered flag. Bobby Baldwin's going to win it. Battle for second at the line. Going to go, looks like the Craver. 3rd spot to Summers. 4th going to Moore. 5th to Floyd. And then it's Gerhardt. He stocks at home at 110% low price guarantee. They invite you to stop by in it. We'll get another chance at a restart here. We're green flag racing. 8 laps. 12 cars to go forward. Only 2 out of this 8 would not make it into the main event. Up front, they're 3 wide already as green goes to the inside. Now they're going to bump and bang, slip and slide a little bit. Similar to taking the blunt of it. But he hangs on for second spot at the line. Meyer slips into third. Green will settle for 4th. And here comes the 16. Kelly, he's on the outside, going to run on him. He'll try to make it up into the 4th spot. Glenn Kelly all the way from his 10th starting spot, trying to break into the top 4 in lap 2.
get it righted and back out on the speedway before the leaders come back around. Niken's in the 70s, still hanging on out front. Zimmerman trying to mount a charge now that he's gotten squared away after the bumping and banging out of turn 4 earlier. Meyer hanging right on to the back bumper of Zimmerman, and here comes Kelly in the 16. Gardner staying high out of the way, let the leaders go by on the bottom. Also breaking through the Jim Ellis in the 2 machine, starting to mount a comeback as he slipped backwards after the second start. Now Kelly on the inside of Meyer. He's going to get him down the back stretch as he's got the Pinto wound up and running good. McPhail trying to make a move on the outside of the 98 of Reefner. It's still going to be Nikens hanging on. Zimmerman starting to mount a charge too late. Kelly in third. Meyer takes fourth. Ellis gets fifth. All right, heat number 2. Looks like on the pole should be the 40 of it. All right, Valdez and putting around in front of him. He's got the car righted back on its wheels and new body work on the front. He'll try to make it go in this heat race. Looks like he'll get the jump on the outside at the line. Deep at the bottom of the corner. But Taylor gets the early lead. Valdez second. Here comes the 8 of Harmon. And Zolciak in the 36 trying to mount a charge on the outside of Menez. And he'll get there up into turn 1. Next up comes the 93 of Rick Beinecke trying to make the move around Menez. But he's having to fight off Mackie Mongold on the bottom. Up front, Taylor out on the point. Not stretching it out too much, but getting a little bit of a car length and a half on the point of Valdez. Now the 8 machine slips out of turn 2. That's Harmon. Gives Zolciak a run on the bottom. At the line, it's still Harmon by a nose. Meanwhile, Bunko takes the outside line around Menez. He'll slip up into the 5th spot as we come to the halfway point. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. At the line, Zolciak moves it back up into the 3rd spot. Harmon settling for 4th. Here comes Mackie Mongold trying to make a move on the bottom of Harmon. Back in the back, Hopper in the 15, still trying to mount a charge halfway through. Michelle Mongold turns it around in turn 2. She'll stay way off the racetrack. Taylor stretching out the lead now as Valdez settles into racing Zolciak for second. Mackie Mongold slipping and sliding off the floor. Harmon all but losing it, trying to save it. Here comes the crowd down on him in turn 1, but he gets it under control. Now he's going to lose it again. Right in front of him. Hopper making the run with him, helping him down into the corner. White flag lap. Taylor takes it under the flag stand. Here comes Mackie Mongold on the bottom, challenging Zolciak for the 3rd spot. He'll have it down the back stretch. Hopper into the 15 will break free into the 5th spot. At the line, it's Taylor takes the win. Valdez will take second. Mongold 3rd. Zolciak 4th. And Hopper will hang on for the 5th place finish. All right, we'll set the rest of the field after a quick hot lap session.
17 of Aaron Dreyer. Aaron Dreyer of the 17 cars will get set to go. Looks like Aaron Jack, 7 of our scheduled lead are out there set to go, and looking for the green, and we're going to get it. Still gets the big jump on the start, and he leads it. Keelan in the second spot. Gerstner up into third now as Atkins gets shuffled back on the outside. Jim Keelan Jr. trying to close in and challenge still for the lead. Gerstner in the third spot. He looks to the inside of Keelan off the fourth. Just a little bit. Keelan going to try the outside of Jay Steele off of turn 4. Halfway signal is out. Keelan's car pushed up a little bit in the middle of the corner there. Off turn 2 is still side by side for second spot. It still holds the top spot. Atkins holds on to fourth position, and he's got a challenge now though from the 88 of Chris Robbins looking to the outside. Will Gerstner got in hard, got to the back of Steele just a little bit. Keelan able to hold the second spot, but he's still trying to get the lead away. Gerstner slides it back in there. Breaks the rear loose once again. Still got a little high that time. Still side by side into turn 3 for second, and behind him side by side for fourth and fifth. White flag is out. Robbins has made the move on the outside of Atkins. Looks like he might have the 4 spot. Keelan going for the lead into 3. Here they come off of 4. Jim Keelan making the move. He's going to win it. Second to Steele. Third goes to Gerstner. Fourth to Robbins. Five Machine of McGill Plumbing, Tucson's Restaurant, Federal Eagle Trailer, and SNR. Had a problem down at 1 and 2. He got all over sideways, able to gather it back in. And here they come. Green is out. We're underway. Problems. Campbell goes around. Everybody else gets by. But it looks like the yellow flag going to come out. The yellow flag on the Speedway. No laps down. A complete restart set to come your way as they get ready to come off turn 4. And the green flag is out. We're underway. Straightaway, more out to the early lead. Snader slips up into the second spot. McCurley trapped up on the outside. Got Jimmy Thompson in the 1, taking a look to the inside. Got a little sideways off the turn 4. That'll shape it up there for that third spot as Thompson goes to the inside of McCurley. Competitors now doing the modifieds. Tommy Snader looking for the lead down the backstretch on Moore into turn 3. Halfway signal coming out this time. Halfway as Randy Warren slips into the battle. Taking a look to the inside of McCurley into turn number 1. We'll make it down the racetrack in the 41 car to get a couple of test laps in. position out of the inside of the Kura. Off of turn 2, Randy Warren now up into the 4th position. The Kura tries to battle back on the outside. White flag coming out this time. One more lap around for Moore in the 57 car. He's trying to hold off Schneider in the 19. The checkered flag, a final effort made, but it won't happen. Moore will win it. Second to Schneider. Third goes to Thompson. Fourth to Warren. And fifth position to the 27-0. Jeff Thurman in the 55, Joey Canarelli in the 99, Mike Gamache in the 41, Bogart Gerhard in the 32, and Alan Summers rounding out the field in the 56 car for tonight's Auto Trader Street Stock feature event. It's coming your way. Just never know. This could be another one of those barn burner street stock races. Here we go. Green is out. We're underway. Into turn number 1. Off of turn number 2, Albadelli going to have the lead early in the 76. Kramer and Coons battling for the second spot. Mark Cooper in the 1 machine. Ray, watch it. He and Heingartner get together down into turn 1. Slipping and sliding. Down the back straightaway. Heingartner on the inside of Cooper into turn number 3. They stack them up, everyone on the binders for a moment. But up front, the 76 is Jim Albadelli. Here comes the 27 of Coons looking to the inside. C.J. Kramer holding on to the 3rd spot. That battle for 4th still side by side between Heinberger and Cooper. Robert Crisp in the 2. Templeton in the 8 side by side as well. James Everett in the 19 looking for some racing room. 3 wide at the back of the pack featuring Thurman, Graham, and the 38 of Butler. They sorted out. Back up front, Albadelli slips high in the 76 car. Coons going to try the inside again, but the door is closed into turn 1. Albadelli slips high off of turn 2. Coons gets a good run down the back straightaway. They head for 3, but once again, Albadelli slamming the door shut. Slips off of 4 once again. Coons this time's got the best run he's had down to the inside and into turn 1. Albadelli holds an eye on the outside, though. Coons tries to get into turn 3. Close quarters in there. Off of turn number 4, still side by side. Craver now, side by side with Cooper in the 1 machine. Coons now takes the lead. That'll open up the inside line for Craver, but Albadelli able to slide back down as they head for 3. Close quarters again. The 12 car getting sideways off of 4, able to get onto it. Down into turn 1, Robert Crisp giving the 12 car a little help. Down the back straightaway. Off of turn number 4. 3 wide off of 4 for a second. They sort it out. What a scramble. Coons the leader. Albadelli second. 3 wide off turn 2 again. Robert Crisp up to 4th. 5th spot is James Everett, but he's got his hands full. Craver in the 12 battling along with Templeton and Heingartner coming. Grimes and Kidd and Lovell hooked up in a good battle. John Moore in the 5 machine of McCullough hooked up in a little battle as well. Battle's going on all around at the halfway mark. 10 down, 10 to go. Here's the battle for second. Albadelli drifts up the racetrack. Cooper takes the inside line. Chris trying to get in there as well. They rub. Chris gets sideways, able to head onto it. Jim Albadelli to head on to 3rd. Things start to sort out just a little bit. Single foul formation. Chris down to the inside of Albadelli now, taking over the 3rd spot. Here comes James Everett in the 19. They hook up on the inside line. The 8 machine. Strickland out of it after making contact with the front straight of the wall. He's pulled to the infield. Ebert making a move now up into the 4th position. Templeton trying to follow him, but Aldebelli continues to battle on the outside line. Meanwhile, Love in the 0 trying to make a couple of moves. He's caught him behind the 12 of Kramer and Grimes in the 0-0 as they have a good little battle going on. To go, signal is out. Where Kramer and Grimes starting out into turn 1, close race, and there Grimes got on the brakes. Jones continues to lead in the 27 machine. And the 1 goes in. Robert Chris got to get around the 1 machine and chase down the 27. He's going to make a move off turn 2. Robert Chris looking for 2nd spot. Will come by this time. There'll be just 3 laps to go. Chris now got to see if he's got anything left to catch Coons and get around him, but right now he's still hooked up in the battle for a 2nd spot as Cooper continues to battle him hard into turn 3. 2 laps to go. Templeton making a move on the inside of Jim Aldebelli. Now Love trying to do the same. They get together off turn 2. Problems the 5th. Tonight's Auto Trader Street Stock feature. It's been a good one. Let's see what we got here. And here we go. 2 laps to go. Ken Coons head off the hard-charging Robert Chris. Well, here they go off turn 2. Chris to the inside. They erupt. They bang down into turn 3. Coons closing the door, but he slips high. Chris down to the inside. White flying is out. 1 more time around. Meanwhile, Templeton and Ebert going in as well. Here they are off 2, trying to set him up as Chris. Well, they bump just a little bit. Coons takes it into 3. Not too hard this time. Here they come down for the checkered flag, and Pekin's a win in the 27th. Chris takes 2nd, 3rd goes to the 1 machine of Cooper, 4th to the 19 of Ebert, and 5th to the 8 of Templeton. Folks, that'll bring us out of car. Let's hear from Pekin, winner of tonight's Auto Trader Street Stock feature event. And we'll have a trophy here momentarily for you.
The manager, Darren Jackson is Action Jackson. Terry Lansing will be Terrible Terry. Tim Cleveland will be Turbo Tim. And Glenn Fletcher is Sightman. So here we got him, Andy Green, or Junior from now on. And he brought his on folks with him. I like that wrestling belt you got there. His champion belt, he says. All right. Nice shorts. Not to mention the Dave Collector. Oh, Dave Collector is too. His Subaru folks got in on them too now. They're trying to get into some of the action for Sunday afternoon, start having some fun. All right. Uh-oh, they thought it was his car. Oh, no, they caught the car out of the track. Dave Fletcher's car gets mutilated. Oh, man. I think they were ready for you. Wow, Dave. Guys, I think you've done enough damage for one day. Take it back to Dave Fletcher, they told him. Jeez, Leroy. You get a crew together, you get a bunch of crazy people. Hey, you gotta clean up this mess. We don't get the room crew out before we can do our own thing. Alright, now we got the music on. I like that. You got the Cadillac belt with it. Alright, let's hear about it. Do you think you can take on Yoho and Frank?
Yes, so off the track. Time for the boys to Bitcoin. We got them. Don't we, Babe?
Babe and Babe. Alright. You got a nicer looking game together than the other folks, I believe. So today, folks, has he done it? He's improved the game system by far. Well, I'm not sure where to go with it, but...
Frank the Snake.
Oh, Frank, are you up there? Step out and be recognized. We got Big Daddy Dave and Wicked Wayne just got beat up all of them. The car got tore up. Oh, look over here. What we got up in Crown One? Frank's in the stand. Frank's starting to build it up a little bit. He's got a Frank cat up in the stand. All right, Frank. All right, folks, we'll see you back out here Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Sunshine Action Speedway, the new World Out of Order Demolition Derby will be right here. 2 o'clock, they start the wrestling. Right after the wrestling, we'll start the Demolition Derby. And I got to ask the broom crew if you wouldn't mind stepping over and picking up a few pieces of glass. Because I think they knocked a window out on the Speedway. We'll have to make sure we clean that one up good. And the oval drag will be right out. Back up to you, Rick. Alrighty, thanks a lot, Bill.
Hey, get the floor. Floor.
The oval drag should be coming up next. Should be out momentarily as soon as they change.
Get the floor.
I'll make the announcement right after this final in the Oval Drags for your winning programs. All right, off the go. It's Frank Hill with the horsepower and the handling. Margo slipping and sliding in one. He'll fall behind down the back stretch, and Frank stretches it out. Frank warming up the tires for round 2. Frank Hill takes that one handily. Jim Bargo, glad to see him back with us again. So I got the horsepower and the line shot on her. So, Dave handily hanging on to that one. Waiting for his opportunity to go up against Frank Hill. Well, you got to give him credit. Patty Hall's out here. She's giving it a try. And tonight, she was 3 and 4, standing on it. As Emery got sideways, he got by him. And unfortunately got the dead at the line on the green flag. And Doug warming up the tires for his match because he'll have to go against the winner of the Frank Hill Dave Tennis match. Last week he was winner, this week to the landlord. As we line them up, Tennis on the outside, Frank on the inside. Pretty fair, even start. Throwing the advantage on the outside, starting swindles away as Frank gets him down the back stretch, holds tight with him now deep in the corner. Frank takes it on the rumble strips. He's going to get it turned around. Digs it in a little too deep. Dave Tennis is going to take him and put on a show each week with that 55 Chevy. Doing well. Watch the flag with it. Green flag, we're racing. Last call, 50-50, right here in front of the tower. Make sure you get their attention quickly. Down the back stretch, Emery fighting back on the inside. If he can just hold it through the corner, he may have a chance coming off the corner. Tennis headed for the wall. He slips it sideways, but gets the grip just in time. It'll be Dave Tennis at the line. Let's get those out of the way while Dave comes around for some pictures. Lucky number 12, 00012. From earlier pitch information, when your one car has been sold to John Cody, a relative of John Cody, the driver has James been running 36 and remaining for the fence. Shaft, I understand he is retiring. Well, it has been 30 minutes there for Wozniak being a points leader for a year. As we light them up, the green flag race coming out of turn 1, the 8 of Harmon drives Zimmerman all the way to the wall on the start. They stay side by side out into turn 1 and down the backstretch. The 93 of Meineke starting to make a move. Zolciak dropping to the bottom. See if he can make it work down there. Meyer will take the 0-4 high on the outside line. Run it way out to the wall. Now Harmon in the 8 trying to lean on the 55 a little bit. Slips up to the 1. That's going to make him get 3 wide behind him as Meineke stuck in the middle. McPhail outside and Zolciak on the bottom. As they come out of turn 4, they're still 3 wide with Harmon losing ground on the high outside line. Back in the pack, they keep it all straight so far. Zolciak will make the pass on McPhail, and here comes Mackie Mongold getting by the 93 of Meineke. Zolciak slipping and sliding out 4, holding up the bottom line a little bit. Zimmerman out front trying to lengthen the lead, get as much as he can now, because when they break away 1, 2, 3 in a line, they'll track him down pretty quick. Zolciak starting to get clear of Harmon on the bottom, but not quite getting it done yet. Now he's got him at the line. Mackie Mongold on the bottom of Harmon now. He'll take the 3rd spot down the back straightaway. Here comes Tim McPhail. He'll make it move on the bottom of Harmon as well, trying to move it up into the 4th spot. Doug Hopper squeezing up into the 5th spot. Now he'll go right on into 4. One of your point speeders trying to chase Zolciak down. He's glad to see Zolciak sell the car. Now we got him turned around in 1 and 2. That's the 12 of Green and the 72 of Danny Smith. Smith going to come back out front. The leader is going to lose it a little bit. He'll hang on, slow it down, let the leaders go by. Now he takes it to the infield. Second thoughts after he got it moving. It didn't feel like it was running just right. Andy Green still stuck well off the basic service down in turn 2. Meanwhile, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the line, and they're starting to pull away from the rest of the pack. Zimmerman out front. Zolciak trying to set him up for the pass. Mackie Mongold trying to make the move on Zolciak. The 3 is McPhail, and the 15 is Doug Hopper hanging on to the back of the line. Zolciak sweeps again, coming out of 2. Steve Peeler trying to make his way to the front, the 81. He's hung up behind the Harmon and the Myers car. Meanwhile, up front, Hopper gets under McPhail, back to 4th and 5th. Here goes Zolciak for the lead, down into turn number 3. Zimmerman hanging on up on the outside. Zolciak slipping just a little bit. Zimmerman off the wall and make contact at the line, and Zimmerman pulls ahead down into turn number 1. That could have been the big fatal move there as they bounce off the wall into each other. Here we come this time by. It's halfway. 10 down, 10 laps to go as the 99 of Riechner spins out but keeps it headed in the right direction. He'll get it back on the way and pull back out in front of some fast traffic. Meanwhile, down the backstretch, Mackie Mongold makes the outside move on Zolciak. They touch just a little bit. Mackie slides high now to 3 wide with Hopper on the bottom. Zolciak trying to stay off of him, give him enough running room. That slips him up a little bit high and 1. And Hopper makes the move. It's the 55 of the Zimmerman still hanging on out front. Starting to meet some lap traffic with 8 laps to go. Gets up out of the way now. There's a little contact between Zolciak and McPhail. Back to some green flag action here, we hope. Zimmerman still hanging on out front. Mackie Mongold, Hopper, Zolciak, and McPhail trying to make the move on him. Looks like the 17 got in trouble and the 12 of Andy Green's not up to speed. Meanwhile, up front, here goes Mackie Mongold trying to make the outside move, and Hopper will probably try to do it on the bottom. What they do is they go down into 1 and 2. Watch out for the move coming off of 2. As they're watching the back of the pack 3 wide. There it goes, 3 wide into turn 3 for the lead. Mackie Mongold drives in deep. He'll get it sideways. This is not going to be good. He's going to save it though. Good job by Mackie, but Hopper takes the lead now. Meyer and Nikens get together. Meyer just didn't know Nikens was down below him. I don't believe it. He saw the scrimmage up front, the slow-moving car. He tried to make a deep dive, and it just didn't work out for him. But some great driving by Mackie Mongold as he saves that one off the wall in the middle of the stretch, but that lets Hopper get away out front. Zimmerman second, McPhail third, and Zolciak is fighting Mongold for 4th. turn 2, way back in the back. Got to keep your eyes moving all the time. They're 3 wide and 5 deep. Now they're going to go 4 wide, coming out of turn 4. This won't work too long. Off the wall is the 48 machine of Andy Bracolici. Not a good deal for him, I'm sure, but he's hanging on to it. Hopper in the 15, still leading the pack, but McPhail trying to fight with Zimmerman. Hopper still hanging on. Zimmerman diving deep in there. McPhail, as we cut the speed, 2 laps remain, only 2 laps to go. Making the move on the outside, Mackie Mongo trying to get it back if he can. Hopper still hanging on out front. Wolfgang starting to feel some pressure from Reefer. The 15 of Hopper still out front. 55 of Zimmerman right with him, and Mackie Mongo. Here we go, off the corner. It's the 15 of Hopper, Zimmerman, and the 55, McPhail, and were close enough for somebody else to call almost, and I believe it was Zolciak hung on for 5th with the Reefer at 6th. Action all around the Speedway in the mini.
Team of Bill Atkins, but it looks like it's going to be the 98 machine up on the point. Berard in the 98 going to be the one who's... distributor folks over in the turn 3 area. Hope you're having a good time as we get set to go. Ladies and modifieds, here they come off turn 4. Green is out right away. In the 15 has the top spot. Berard in the 98 car and the Indian Robbins battling side by side for 3rd and 4th. Berard slipping back now as Indian Robbins makes the move on the outside up into the 3rd spot. Gosher now takes over 4th. Over into 57, looking for 5th. Berard trying to fight him off. Road in the 41 car pulling to the infield. Bill Atkins, the leader, into the wall in turn 3. in the lead. Robbins in the E, putting the pressure on. Second to Gerster, third to Moore. Battle for the fifth spot going on between Berard and the 19 of Stater. Looks like Stater going to make the move into turn 3. Where Randy Warren trying to come up through the field. He gets into the back of the 6 just a little bit. Down the front straightaway they go. Make the move. Stater off the pace on the backstretch, and then a 98. Oh, they get together, the 98 to 1. Jimmy Thompson doing a donut on the smoke. There's several cars up there. We'll see who got stopped and who didn't. It looks like everybody's staying. Here we go. 7 laps complete as we get back underway. 13 to go in tonight's modified feature event. Jackson now has a regular tire flat on the 73. He is not having a good night whatsoever. Jim Keelan Jr., your leader. Second spot, Robbins in the AA. Pretty much single foul except for the back where Jimmy Thompson makes a move around McCullough. Epperson trying to make a move as well. Back in the pack. Signal out, 10 down, 10 to go. Coming out is Jim Keelan puts John McCullough down a lap. 5 to go. Moore makes a move around Gershler. Got stuck behind the 27 car. So Moore up to third now. Randy Warren still trying to get around Berard in the 98. Finally gets the move done, he'll take over the 5th position now in the 65 car. Two lap to go signals out, 2 to go. Out for your leader, Jim Keelan Jr. And the winner, Jim Keelan Jr. with number 4. Shouldn't pull the 30. He's got a big enough lead, but alrighty. Well, Darren Jackson going to get a little help with the wrecker back here to get his car back to the pit area. It looks like we're going to have a claim. Looks like the 57 going to try to buy the 4. Jim Keelan is talking to his lawyer. No, not his lawyer. Talking to somebody on the radio to find out if they're going to sell. We'll find engine killing is going to sell. We'll probably have a swap of the motors, right, Jim? Yeah. off of turn 4. Danny Virginia looking for the second spot. He will have it into 1. Let's see if we can hold on to it. He pulls it up into the second spot. Sammy Coghill steps in the line next on the inside as the halfway signal is out. Danny Virginia up to second, gets a little sideways off the 2. Sammy Coghill unable to do anything with the 26 so far. Bowman continuing to run in the 5th spot. Dave Schwindeman in the 6th spot. Johnny Stanford now has gotten around Little Rock, now moves up into the 7th spot. car, Ziegler. Here we go. We're getting set to go. Takes it in hard.
they bump just a little bit as the white flag comes out. Oh, Gershner and Coghill bump together all the way down the front straightaway. Sammy gets up the racetrack. Several cars go by the inside. Here comes Stanford trying to make the move. Checkered flag is out. Dave Fletcher loses second and Neighbor. Third to Gershner. Fourth to Bowman, and a top 5 final finish for Johnny Stanford in the 69 as Coghill slips back to the 6th position. We'll see you next Sunday. Well, actually, we'll see me. You'll see both. And let's hear for Dave Fletcher. Winner of tonight's late model feature of that. We understand that if everything goes well next Sunday afternoon, Dave Fletcher has said he wants to put out a challenge to Goldberg. Gerhardt, and driving the 74, it'll be Marty Nikens. Marty Nikens in the 74. Here we go. Green flag is out underway. Key water injury. Figure 8 racing. Grigsby out to the early lead in the 28. Veller and Canarelli battling for second. Oh, we got the 49 car slipping and sliding around. John Newsom. Everybody makes it through, including Rick Thompson and Marty Nikens in the 74. Grigsby, your leader. Well, hang on, we got them together. Hagen in the 78 and the 12 car of Dwayne Thompson get together. Watch out, there's a billboard over there. Hagen to take a shortcut. Oh no, watch the 12! Oh! Marty Nikens says, Oh my goodness! Hard hit in the intersection. Leacock in the 7 here, the 49 car get together. 49 car never lifted. Leacock, everybody back into the seats, please. Everybody back into your seats. Kids, all back to the seats, please. John Newsom in the 49. There's James Leacock coming out of the 7 car. Yeah, he probably got a sore neck, my friend. What a hit. John Newsom coming out of the 49 in the infield. Okay. Big wreck we've had since the... All right, just get the... I understand LSU is just trying to score on the Gators through into the end zone, and it was intercepted, so it's still 16-10, the Gators. All right, here we go. Green flag, back out. Back underway, Grigsby, your leader in the 28. Bunch of cars trying to move through the traffic. Oh, watch it. The 17 of Montezuma. That's not a good place to be. Oh, my goodness. He wasn't going to go the other way, that's for sure. Now he's in the flow of the traffic. Oh, watch it. He gets together with Ron Veller. Ron Davis trying to get by. Got a black flag out on the 50 car because the door is about ready to come off, and no driver's door is not good. So black flag for the 50 car. That door is going to liable to break loose any time here. Grigsby, your leader. Canarelli in second. Veller in third. United Davis trying to work through the traffic. 50 cars fixing to lose the door. I think he saw the black flag though. Maybe not. Cars slowing down. He may have thought the black flag. Oh, there goes the door. It's sitting right in the lane for traffic. Probably going to have a
fly. Well, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. No, watch it. Oh, it slipped in the infield. All right, we got rid of the door. 50 car still has not heaved the black flag, but we'll watch it. Jack Boswell getting in kind of a odd sorts. Oh no, the 15 to 25 look up. Look. Oh my goodness, he just made it. 25 car going to go through. Looks like he's got problems though. 50 car finally going to the pits. They decided to finally go to the pits, but he figured he might take one more last shot at getting T-boned. He made it. Alrighty. 9 laps now complete. Shannon Langell and Jack Boswell are going to get close here. Rigsby continue to lead in the 28 car. Here comes Langell again and Boswell again. And this time it's a little closer. Gerhard back. Oh, watch it! Oh, man! Bill Gerhard starting to smoke pretty bad in the 42 car at the back. Here comes Langell and Boswell again. Langell slowing up and he's in front of leaders. 32 car finally may have some fluid underneath his own wheels. Might want to pull that thing off before it finally blows up. Smoking heavily, slipping and sliding. Well, Jack Boswell and Shannon Langell still going after each other. Rigsby continuing to lead in the 28 car. Canterelli putting some pressure on. All this is going on. Old Wild Bill was folded up rear end there trying to make his way through some traffic. And Ron Davis makes a move. He'll take over the 3rd spot from Ron Miller. Shannon Langell causing problems for Grigsby there as he tries to get by him. Now he moves up out of the way. Grigsby will go by on the inside. Ron Davis and Art Hawkins got together just a little bit as Ron Davis tried to negotiate around the lap car of Shannon Langell. Canterelli now right on the back bumper of Grigsby. The 12 car spun up in 3. He gets back underway. We got some smoke coming out of the 05 machine. Lots of fluid down there. That's going to make it tricky going through there. Randy Larson's car, the 05, looks like it might be on fire. He stops over there in the turn 3 area. Jack Boswell finally gets his car off of the racetrack on the backstretch. Well, battle up front. Grigsby and Speedway got together just a little bit. Ron Davis, Art Calkins, the veterans, and Wild Bill all lining. Final lap, Grigsby holds it. Down into what's going to be their final corner. Here he comes. Cataway gets a little sideways, but down for the flag, it's going to be Grigsby winning it. Second to Cataway, third to the 89, fourth going to Calkins, and fifth going to Wild Bill. There he is, Shane Grigsby, the winner of tonight's Key Auto Injury Attorney Figure 8 feature event. Again, showing it out there with Hershot Engineering. Again, the sponsor tonight. We appreciate them, all they do here at the racetrack, and sponsoring the extra up tonight in all the divisions, first and second. Hershot Engineering, the racing is their business.
As we get them lined up for enduro racing, some of you folks out from Great Bay have probably never seen this stuff. It's a green flag to start and a red flag stops them. These are amateurs, usually just getting started in racing. And some of them just getting a car out here to have some fun. Others trying to get pretty serious about the racing deal, get some experience on the oval. So here we go. We'll bring them around. And it's green flag. Getting a good jump on the start is the 20 of John Joyner. The 44 of Steve Aretas trying to chase him down. Meanwhile, side by side, it's the 0 of Sorg and the 80 of Ritter. Now the 78 of Jeff Kramer gets turned around the corner. The 9 misses him. Everybody else has got to stay out of the way. There'll be no stopping for this one. He'll just have to get it cranked up and move it on his own. There we go. That's how we sort them out in the enduro class. Here comes your leader, the 20. He'll put a lap on the 9 machine of Clay Lott. Got the big Lincoln rolling. John Joyner into the 20, hanging on out front, but he knows the 44 of Aretas is coming. Unfortunately, Angela Fisk in the 00 stuck up high in turn 4 up against the wall. Well out of the way, but having a problem with the car tonight. As your leader comes around to complete lap 4, he'll start feeling the pressure of the second place machine as he tries to get through the lap traffic. Here comes the 9 of Watt, see if he can make up his lap. The 20 gets tapped as he tries to pass the slower car. He's trying to hang on to it. Joyner trying to get it straightened out, but he's going to lose a lot of positions as we go red. Switch and drop the green at the same time. Everybody on the Speedway will start moving all at once. All the corner workers are ready. All the cars are running and ready to go. We don't want somebody sitting still getting run over. Green flag, we're racing. And the 70 machine gets the big jump. It's the 70 of Siebert getting a refired and running fast. He takes it all the way to the second spot from about 5th on the restart. Now the 20 running high, trying to stay away from the lap traffic. As it slides high, he cuts low. Now the leader gets wrapped up into the wall. Looks like the Lincoln taking a beating today. As he gets turned around, now and we're off and racing. As the 70 picks up speed quickly, he's going to catch up to him in the turn 3 area. Hopefully he won't dump him also. And he does it, but he's hanging on. John Joyner really getting it through the corner, got it running again. He's trying to keep it moving. So Joyner in the 20 still hanging on to the lead, but here comes the 70 machine. Oh, that's Siebert, and the 80 still holding on to third is Dave Ritter. Meanwhile, back in the pack, I'm not sure who's where. I think the 23 is your 4th place car. That would be the machine of Jeremy Goodnow. As well well as the 0 being at 5th of Wayne Sword. Bunch of smoke on the front stretch. Didn't get, oh, there goes the 07 starting to lose a cylinder. Sucking a lot of oil through the piston. There he goes, puts the gas to it, and all but turned up. Now he's going to get a little bump. Now he's really going to get turned around. And he's going to get parked in the infield for free, and hopefully he'll get stopped before he hits the light pole. But Frank really hates it when they take out the lights. All right, we're still going. That's Enduro racing at its finest. Meanwhile, Joyner in the 20 got it rolling. Once he gets going, he can hang in there. The 70 is not making up much ground. Ed Siebert trying to chase him down. Now he's got problems with the 80. Now the 70 bangs off the wall coming out of turn number 4. Meanwhile, the 07 didn't catch on to the black flag. He went back out on the speedway. Now he's being black flagged again. Make sure he knows what's going on. Meanwhile, heads up down out of turn 4. The leader trying to pass some more lap traffic. Siebert bounced it off the wall once. Let's see if he can still run him down. Here comes the 80 machine of Ritter. Laps are dwindling down. Only got 2.5, 2.25 to go in this Enduro. It's the 70 of Siebert feeling the heat in his second spot from the 80 machine of Ritter. Now the 80 of Ritter makes the inside move. Siebert trying to close the door. They'll make contact. No, Siebert's going to hang on to it. White flag lap out front. John Joyner after 3 spins and a stop at Walmart. He's still out there. Here comes the 70 of Siebert. He'll try to hold off the 80 machine coming out of floor. Ritter trying to make the move to the bottom. Can't get it done. They'll finish the way they ran the last 5 or 8 laps with John Joyner finishing out on top in the 20 machine. The 70 of Siebert getting a great restart on that second restart. Now we've got them really going. Heads up where you're standing in the infield. Here comes the 88 machine, Eddie Allen making a late show to get into the show. He'll have to hustle around to get into the start on this one. He'll be up to full speed, I guess, when they go green coming out of 2, but maybe, well, actually he'll have to slow down. He'll catch them pretty quick, it looks like. So here we go. Everybody's ready for some more Enduro action. Watch out if you're standing near the fence, folks. Anything can happen. Turn 1, it's the 31 of Watson getting sideways, and there goes Tracy Brill high after he made a good move on the start. Now we got the 4 turn sideways in the back of the pack, hooked up with somebody else as he stands on the gas to get it going. Still got the tires turning, and they'll keep them moving off the back stretch. Now in the front stretch, we got them banging and bouncing off the wall. Down into turn 1, still 3 wide in places. Out front, it's the 31 of Watt running down. Heads up as we go by and you get sideways, you can't get, no, we've lost a tire on that one. It's turned around with no tire stuck on it. Hopefully it won't wind up staying where they're at. As the 79 cuts a nice groove in the, he does the drive and she does the right. All right, we're back underway. They light them up. Some tires light, some cars light. Everybody gets a pretty good jump. Our leader's coming out of 4. He's got a pretty good jump on the second place 6 machine of Andy Crackalici. As we start clicking off some more laps, now we're going to get sideways. We got a gang of cars going through 1 and 2. That'll be the pack to watch. See how the 1X of Donna Cropper can do. Points leaders in the ladies' side of the house, Deanne and Kelly are both sitting sidelined already. The 31, Jerome Watland passing by the flag stand one more time to get lap 5 out of it. Oh, we got 2 hooked up in 4. They're side by side. Don't anybody hit them hard as they get them unlocked. I think they actually came undone right as they hit the wall. Got to back it out in traffic to get going, though, is the problem. Now they got them going. Here comes the leader to put a lap down on them, and they drop out of the top 10 real quick. If I have my numbers right. Donna Cropper in the 1X has moved up into the 7th spot after starting 21st. Meanwhile, the leader is trying to still put the lap on the 25 machine. Earl Bowman trying not to go easy as he gets passed by Watman in the 31. The 6 of Krakalici still hanging on the second, but here comes the 55 of Herman Brame out of his 14th starting spot. He'll try to make a move for third here shortly, especially if the lap traffic can help him out by slowing up the 6 of Krakalici. They're still beating and banging and bumping. Donna Cropper sets her sights on one more car going down into turn 3. Can't quite get it done. The leader goes through 1 and comes out of 2. Here comes your second, third place cars out of 2. Brame making a move to the bottom now. Krakalici high in the 6th. Brame low at the 55. Down through 3 and 4. On the backstretch. They're still passing 2 and 3 wide. Now they're going into turn 1 side by side. Brame trying to lean on Krakalici a little bit. Gets a good run down the back stretch, and he'll have second spot. Now he's got the 88 turned around. He pulls back down in front of the 24. Gets a little push to get started. Here comes the leader in the 31 trying to skirt by the action. Now they're going to get together. The 88 and 24 rub hard coming out of 2. The 88 slipping and sliding. Finally gets it back under control. Leaders at the line. Lap number 12. 3 more laps to go. Still the 31, the 55 is second, the 6 is the third, and I believe the 36 is your 4th place car. That would be the 36 machine driven by Mike Miller. Then comes the 12, 43, 46, and 1X. This time by, it'll be the white flag for the 31 of Jerome Watland. White flag for the 31. The 55 is second. The 36 gets credit for the 3rd spot on that lap. Action all the way around the track, but here comes your leader out of turn number 4. Jerome Watland's going to take the checkered flag. The 55 of Brame will finish second. The 36 machine of Miller will be third, and the 6 of Krakalici will be your 4th spot. Slow back down. Let me remind you to please take it easy